All right, welcome back to Zim Boys again. We have Jacob and Tonda here, and today we're going to be talking about quite a sensitive issue, which is having a best friend of the opposite sex. What do you think about that, Jacob?
All right, so this is a very very important topic because sometimes due to jealousy, we don't want to see our partners being friends with a member of the opposite sex. And usually these fears are justified because whenever a man and a woman hang out, there's always that chemistry that's there. For a lady to say she can make friends with someone, it means there are certain qualities that they like in that someone. And a friend means someone whom you tell all your secrets, who you feel safe with. So it wouldn't be right for a lady to be very good, if not best friends, with a man while they're in a relationship or married, because it always ends up bad. Because to tell you the truth, most men settle for being friends just because that's all they can get, to be close to a woman. It just doesn't mean that the person has to approach you and then you say no, and then let's be friends. Sometimes it can just be the man just looks at you and just says, "Well, I don't have much of a chance." So they don't say anything, they just become friends with you while they are waiting for a man to fuck up. And once your man fucks up, they'll be there to say, "Oh, you know, comforting you
The
and all of that."
shoulder to cry
And
on.
they'll just be swooping right in. Because I don't think women understand that for a man to be nice to you, to do anything for you, to go out of their way to be with you, usually there's only one thing they're offering. It's just to have you. That's how I understand it. And I know people can say, "Oh, it can happen, it can happen." But I really don't think it can happen. I don't know what I should think about that.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the type of person that you are as well. Like, what if it's somebody that I grew up with from like primary school, nursery school, and we've just been very close friends ever since then until our adulthood? Also, I think as a woman, if it's not that bad having a male best friend because you
Wow.
get to know some of the you
Wow.
get to know how men act. Because a lot of things, I have a male best friend. He's
Mhm.
a hoe. He's a hoe. And every time people ask me, "Oh, aren't you guys dating?" I'd never date my male best friend because I know all his hoe stories. And I don't want to be part of his roster. So I would never date him. And I've never seen him as someone I'd be attracted to. No. Because to me, he's like my little brother, little older. To me, it's siblings because we literally grew up together from childhood until now. We're still friends. And all his teenagehood drama and nonsense, I know it. And I don't think I'd want to be a part of that. I mean, obviously, I've always heard that a male is only friends with you because, again,
That's all
they
they
know they're
get.
gonna have a chance. They're waiting for when they can get a chance to actually have you,
Definitely.
literally.
Definitely.
But I guess it depends if either I also want him or not. Do I find him attractive or not? Or do I even have boundaries? Can I set boundaries with him? If you don't set boundaries with the people you're friends with, anything can happen, honestly.
But you've heard my concern that, like, since you tell him everything, when you are down,
Mhm.
he might just take advantage and you'll be in a very weak place and just go with it, you know?
True, but just then just means that man has always wanted you.
Yeah,
But
that's the truth.
he respects the boundaries you guys have set. I don't think he'd ever try to make a move on you. I don't know. That's just how I think.
I'm going to say this again. If a man offers you any sort of help, any sort of help, really,
Really?
definitely.
I don't know. Aren't there men that just do a lot of being kind? There are kind men out there.
Nothing. For a man to do you a favor, just because, no.
Okay, so if I was to ask you for a favor, does that mean you want me
Oh yeah,
at some
definitely.
point? Oh
Definitely.
my God. Oh, so what's the point of friendship?
That's what I'm saying. How can a woman be friends with men when they want to do her. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think all men want to do their female friends. Men also have types, eh? What if I'm not his type?
Oh, we have a
What
type.
if I'm not
We
his
have a
type?
type when it comes to relationships, but when it comes to my sports, just casual, having fun, no type. Anything with a pulse, we will eat it.
Oh my god.
Anything
That
with
is
a
that's
pulse.
a sad
Mm.
scenario.
It is.
That's a very sad scenario here.
It is just because, like, for example, at my place of work, there's this
Mm-hmm.
lovely lady, but I just kept my distance because, like, she's Ukrainian, blonde, blue eyes, the whole shebang,
And you
sexiest.
want to try that.
I just didn't even try because I knew that I wouldn't get in. Even though, like, she was telling me about her boyfriend and stuff, I still felt like, if I was a real man, if I had guts, I would go for her. And now it's like we're very good friends.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, come
But
on.
because you've also
So she
set that
thinks
boundary, you
you
see,
mean
you set
let me
that
cut you off. Let me
boundary.
cut you off. So to her, you mean she just thinks, oh, Jacob is my friend. I think she knows.
Yeah.
Given the chance, I'll tear it up. Wow.
Guys, I think they're actually pure friendships out there with nothing
Very rare.
intended to be done. I genuinely like to believe that.
Very rare. Like the lady I'm telling you about, one day
Mhm.
I think I was on my way home and she texted me, are you working this weekend? I just started getting butterflies and being titillated and shit.
Because
I said,
you like her,
and then I said, oh
but
no,
she
no,
sees you as
I'm
a
working.
friend.
Let me finish my story. And then I'm like, oh no, no, no. I'm working. What did you have in mind? And she said, well, I wanted to go to the Bob Marley movie. I was almost about to cancel my shift when she said, and we're going with so and so. I felt so devastated because I thought, wow, finally I'm in. But she just wanted to go for a movie as a group, you know.
As you said, she
Mm.
sees you as her friend. So obviously she's going to want to do friend things with you. But
Yeah.
you were because you have ulterior motives.
Uh-huh. Mm.
With you, it's oh my god, I can't wait to smash that.
Yeah.
But to her, it's probably something very innocent, and she sees you as a friend, someone she can confide in, and someone very close to her heart. Because women need that as well. Hey, we just don't need people that smash. We need friends, male friends
I
that'll
thought
be there for us.
I thought this was common knowledge, you know. I really thought,
Oh my
oh, what?
But guys, some things are just so pure. I like to believe things are just so pure. You can just have a pure friendship with somebody, and I don't think there'll be other intentions involved unless you guys don't set boundaries. Or unless also the girl feels you.
Mm-hmm.
That can be another thing. If the girl feels you too, best believe that best friend will be a shoulder to cry on. And pardon my language, a to ride on if the
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend is not acting.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll always be there.
A wise man
And
once said, go on.
I think it's best. It's just, I think it's just good to have a male best friend. Hey, you get to practice a lot of things, so that when you get into a relationship, you know what you're doing because you practice.
A wise man once said, a lady's female, a lady's male best friend is in case dick. It's like a dick that's inside of a glass cabinet, like those
Yes,
places where you
those
go and take
break
a
in
hammer.
case of emergency.
Yeah, a male bestie is in case of emergency dick. And if you make a mistake as a man, your wife will get tore up by that person.
True.
Yeah, that's why
True.
we most men are not comfortable with it. Never, ever, 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 ever. Even for my girl
Females are
to
not
be
comfortable.
friends with,
I wouldn't be comfortable with my boyfriend having a female best friend.
yeah, yeah.
But such is the reality of life, eh?
Mm.
And then I've got a little other question.
Uh-huh.
You're in a relationship with your girl, right?
Mhm.
And you guys now trust each other. You're now at the point in the relationship, you're so comfortable around each other. Would you have an issue with your girlfriend sending you nudes?
I
How would you take that?
I wouldn't have an issue with that because I like to visualize things. I like to look at
Okay.
nice things. So if my girl were to send me nudes, oh, that would be phenomenal. And I know,
Okay. So you're saying in relationships, we can send nudes to send nudes or not to send? We can send nudes in relationships?
ultimately it's up to the woman because very few women want those like dick pics and what. Because I think you're just wired for a different purpose and you have a different train of thought. But for
Mm-hmm.
us men, pictures do a lot, you know.
Really?
Oh, it's always nice when your lady sends you nude. Very nice.
But there's always that, that feeling, Yakuti, what if they get leaked? And there's a lot of
Mm,
drama going on about people's pictures going out in the media because they had an argument with the boyfriend or dabachawirirani. How are we supposed to take that now? So is this like leverage for like do men then keep the nudes as leverage for like when you break up? Like, yeah, chaku safi say I want to take your nudes out. Why? Like, why does that happen? Something I sent you in confidence. I
mhm.
wouldn't expect, or like something I send you in confidence, something I tell you in confidence. I wouldn't expect you to use that against me when our relationship is now sour because I wouldn't do that to you. So, what gives you the right to do that?
Because like the relationship ended and it's like they want you to suffer. Maybe you would have dumped them and they feel hurt. So what they do is to get back at you, let me spread the news around the internet. Yeah.
But don't you think that's a little bit of a childish behavior? I
No,
mean,
here's the thing. You can't go into the jungle and say, lions, please don't eat these giraffes and zebras. No, the best you can do is to go to the zebras and tell them, zebras, please stay away from the lions. So you can't control the behavior of men who like posting news and doing all of that stupid shit. All you can do is to protect yourself by not sending them. I always think,
that means if I do get into a relationship, let's say we get into a relationship and like, oh, babe,
mm,
I wouldn't mind what? Today's Titty Tuesday. I wouldn't mind a titty picture and I tell you, no, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to send you that picture.
mhm,
Would you be mad? Because
no,
I'm trying to
no,
protect myself.
no, no. If you find a guy who gets mad at you for not sending a nude pic, that's a red flag right there. That's a red flag. Me personally, the nudes I have received, I think I only at 3 occasions or with 3 of my girlfriends. The first one was actually a sex tape. What happened
Mm-hmm.
was,
Of you guys.
yeah, what happened
Wow.
was, let me tell you the story now. So this young lady, we went to school together in grade one, and
Mm-hmm.
then her father died, and they moved to Bulawayo. So in 2015, I was talking to one of my homeboys and saying, "Well, have you seen M and C? Let's not use names.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, maybe they're in South Africa, this and that. And we're like, whoever finds her number first gives it to my guy. No, no problem in mentioning his name. My guy Tafaz, we give it to him because he's looking for them. Somehow, somewhere, he managed to get the numbers. Maybe he went on Facebook or whatever. Oh, and he
Mm-hmm.
texted me, bro, I found her and she's giving me a number. She's living in Gueru now. I was like, word? Okay, give me so that we can just catch up on old times. And
Mm-hmm.
nigga was dumb enough to share the number with me. He shared the number with me. And what I did was immediately called her. Hi, oh, you still remember me? And she was like, how could I forget? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? Let's get you to Harare. And she was like, okay. And I was like, who do you
Oh,
live with? And she's like, I live with my mom, blah, blah, blah. So I will tell her that I'll be at my auntie's, those kinds of aunties, the single mother aunties. So, oh, I sent her like I think $20. on EcoCash, and I told her, we am say Friday. She called me, oh, I'm at whatever, come pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my nephew who has a car. We went, we picked her up, and then we did our business. So when she came the next time, she was really open and she trusted me. Or maybe she's just a whore. Probably maybe because she's just a whore.
She
So
trusted you.
yeah.
Let's say she trusted you.
I think mostly it's just because she's a whore. So what happened was
Okay.
we we went to have one day, we had drinks, we had this and that. It was nice. Came back to my place. First, second, third round. And then she was like, do you wanna film us so that we can just have a look at it later on? And I was like, no problemo. Took my iPad, leaned it against the window, and we did our thing. I kept that video, I think, for about a week or two, and then I was just like, let me delete it. What if somebody
Mm-hmm.
touches my iPad and sees that? We'll be in deep shit.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, my girl, who I was dating long distance, she started off, you know, just no face, just the lower, and then she got so comfortable, full face and everything. So I could go on about the third one, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Men receive nudes and keep them in confidence. I, for one, I received them and kept them in complete confidence. But most
Mm-hmm.
men, like my
They
friend,
want to show their friends.
my friend would come in and say, yeah, dude, Nuta, Nuta. And he would show me because he didn't care about her, you know. So I
This
don't
exact
blame the
thing.
men. Let's educate our women. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, imagine a guy gets you in your comfort zone to the point where you can trust him and you guys have confided in each other to that point.
Mm.
And then you send him nudes, but he has double standards. Next thing is showing his friends. How am I supposed to know that is that type of person? He's two-faced. It's very difficult to trust in such issues, you see, hey?
Then maybe just don't, unless you are a raging hoe, like you don't care. In that case, it is all sugar. In that case, it is all good, man.
But hey, we
Mm,
love that new Zimbabwean law. If
mm,
you're going to post somebody's picture
mm.
without them knowing, we will happily get you arrested, especially if we know who you are. We are
So
ready for you, man.
under that law, does the defendant also get prosecuted because pornography is not allowed in Zimbabwe? So if you take your nudes and send them to me, you have produced pornography, isn't it?
No, but I've sent you something in confidence. Why are you taking it out?
So, to the best of your knowledge, has anyone been prosecuted under that statute?
I've heard of people that have been prosecuted for such things,
What about levels?
but
Was he in any sort of trouble about the whole Sasho
they
thing?
just paid a fine. You know how people can easily get away with the law in Zimbabwe? They just paid a fine, they were out. But I'd like to believe if it's, I don't know in how in other countries it's taken, the law about people posting other people's nudes.
Mm-hmm.
If it, I'm sure if it would be probably like the USA or even South Africa, it would be taken so seriously to that person being jailed.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully. But with Zim, you can always buy your way out into things. And people then don't really feel the repercussions of, doing bad things. They don't feel it because they can easily get out of it. But
Not to,
hey,
not to box you in a corner. The last time you
mm-hmm.
sent news, what was your thought process the last time you sent news? Did he ask? Did you offer? How did you feel when you were shooting and sending them?
Because I'm very confident about how my body looks.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I was like, hey, this is my man.
mm-hmm.
And we've been together like on and off for quite some time, more than 2 years. We had been together for on and off for over 2 years. So someone I confided in and I know that person wouldn't expose my pictures.
Yeah.
Also because if a certain picture of mine is exposed, I will know exactly who exposed it. That's the thing. I would know
But
exactly where to post it, and I would deal with you. But like it was, oh, literally today Tuesday. I'm gonna just show my man a little picture of me. Hey, babe, have a
mhm,
good day,
yeah,
and
there
he'd
you go.
enjoy it.
Mm,
And I'd also receive, videos and dick pics from him as well. Also because he's a beautiful man. I won't lie that. Don't keep that
mm,
away. He was a
mhm.
beautiful man. So it was a thing that we shared. He would send nudes, I would send nudes as well. It wasn't something that I would go and show my friends and be like, hey guys, look.
Mhm.
Or he'd be like, hey guys, I don't know if he'd do that. If he did that, probably just show his friends was holding the phone or whatever. But I've never had a case where my nudes have been out there. Right. Never really. I think maybe when I was like in high school, because like with private school kids, we'd have these groups from us, all of us from different schools, like Arundel, Chizzy, St. George's, St. John's College, Peterhouse. We have those groups. There's like Form 1, Form 2. And in that era,
Mhm.
everyone is very finicky about pictures and nudes and everything. So I did take a picture in a bra when I was younger. And I was like, oh, let me send to this guy that I like.
Mhm.
For some reason, it ended up on a group.
Oh, your pictures.
Yes, it ended up on a group.
Wow.
But
At least
because
it was just
obviously
in you're wearing a
it
bra.
was, yes, it was just me wearing a bra. And at my age, I think I was like 15, 16.
Mm.
You're a 15, 16-year old and you're already wearing a C cup. You already have big boobs, and the rest of your mates don't have big boobs. All the boys are gonna be like, oh, that got big
Mhm.
boobs.
Mhm.
I'm gonna thrive that girl. I'm gonna kiss that girl. That was like the most people would do. Or I'm gonna finger that girl type of vibes. You get what I mean? But like my pictures ended up on the group. And obviously everyone was like, oh, your pictures, whatever, whatever. But after like a week, people got over it. People had something else to talk about. That's I'd like to say the beauty of it. Like people talk about it in the moment, but after that, something else is gonna happen. Something else is gonna excite them, and people are gonna move on from that. So, although I was a little bit down, like well, I trusted this person and they did that to me, I didn't really appreciate that. That really got me and stopped me from like sending nudes for a while, for a
Oh, for a
whole while.
while, which means you started again.
Yes, I
Goodness
started
gracious.
again. I fell in love. I had a boyfriend that I'd see, and my parents knew about him. So it was one of those, this is my man, my man. And obviously, we sent each other pictures and all that.
But who
But
initiates? Who initiates? Did he ask you for them or you offered?
when I was younger,
Mm.
I think he's like, oh, you've got big boobs. And you know how girls are naive. Oh, you've got big boobs. I like to see those. And then you're obviously gonna send a picture, right? And I've had guys approach me and be like, hey, please send me a picture of your boobs or whatever. And I'll be like, ugh, in a bra, in a top, in a dress, in a shirt, they're big regardless. Look at my pictures on Instagram. Look at my pictures on Twitter. Look at my pictures on TikTok. Look at my videos on TikTok. You will see my big boobs because regardless of what I'm wearing, they're big. So you're gonna be like, ah, those boobs. I want to see them without a bra. No, so sit down. Take a seat.
Mm.
Go on X videos. Go and look for big boobs as mine, big as mine, and imagine. Because I even got to a point. I remember this one time. I think I was like lower six, upper six. And this guy that liked me was like, "Hey, you're such a cute buddy." He asked me for nudes, and I said to myself, "I'm not going to be stupid and naive." I'd go on Google
Mm.
and Google dark-skinned
Ah,
girls with
ah.
big titties and get those pictures because that at that time Google really exposed everything. They didn't have those cyber laws that certain pictures can be viewed and all that. Take screenshots of those pictures, crop, send those men,
And they would do his business.
and he will do his business. And I'm like, my job is done for today, thank you. And bye.
Ah,
But
but
I don't know, man. I think when you trust someone, or when you're in that certain space with someone, it's not something that you really think about. This person's going to expose my nudes or anything like that. You don't even take it into mind until they're actually out. But one thing I'd like to tell ladies, don't beat yourself about it. I'd like to believe almost everyone has sent a nude. Almost everyone has done a sex video. Not me though. Not me though. I got papers to show that I'm not infected. Not me. But there are people that have done that. And in the event that somebody exposes you, don't feel less of yourself. An example is Fifi TD. To make it worse, she's a minor. So obviously that boy that she sent her nudes to is also like Manaka Fumuka. He's a boy, he's not ready to be a man. He's not ready to keep things in confidence. And that's what I'd like to think. He's young. He's just trying to show off to his friends, like, hey, my girl's got a good body or whatever. And he exposed them. One thing I'd always like, if I do get a chance to speak to Fifi and whatever, don't beat yourself up about it. It's just something that's going to be passing in the wind.
And
Yes, it's
people
done.
will forget about it.
And people will surely forget about it. Give it a week, a month, or two, something drastic will happen and people will forget about it. Don't beat yourself about it. Don't kill yourself over it. Life goes on. Okay, your pictures are out there. You did a mistake. That's it. You trusted the wrong person. Next time, just be very careful of who you trust. And that's one thing that I'd like to say. Be careful who you trust. And honestly, if someone says to you, I want to see your teeth, tell them, come to my house.
And
You'll
touch
see them and touch them. Come and touch them in the physical, because honestly, I think that's the best thing to do with people. Come and see them in the physical. If you want to see me naked, come to where I am. Don't send pictures, because anything can really happen.
But I don't agree with your assertion that it will pass. The internet
It
never
does
forgets.
pass.
I can
Yes, the
imagine
internet doesn't forget,
how it
but it
feels,
passes.
how it feels walking around in town and people are like, oh, X or Chipo. Let's use Chipo. Oh, Chipo. Oh, that's Chipo, the one woman who's, and they look at you and they've seen you naked. That's something that's
People will always
hard to.
talk, Jacob. I like to believe people will always talk. People always find something to talk about. Them good or bad publicity, you're a celebrity regardless. You're always on people's mouths, whether it's good or bad.
It's amazing that someone with nudes can just walk around as if nothing happened. You guys
What
are
do you want me
strong.
to do?
You
You want me
guys
to
are
sit at
strong.
home
You
and
guys are
wallow
strong. Mm,
and not expose myself and not expose myself to things? Like seriously?
it would destroy me to have my nudes
True.
floating out there. It's like
It would,
we're,
but you
talk,
have
we're
to be
talking
an
about
adult.
we're talking about
Yes.
X videos. You know,
Yes.
Mia Khalifa has like thousands of videos on X videos, and she didn't mind. But now she's coming up and saying, I feel so embarrassed and ashamed. If ever I'm trying to do something that's on the straight and narrow, I get comments. Like, quick story, because I think we have like just 5 minutes left. Mia
Mm-hmm.
Khalifa was sitting down with some business partners of hers. She was trying to open boutiques and whatever. So they were having a lunch, and
Mm-hmm.
a man and his girl passed by him, and the guy was like, "Hi, can I please take a picture with you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a birthday dinner."
Me.
Yeah, a meeting, whatever. And then the man's girlfriend just said, she just number now online. What hasn't he seen online? He's seen every nook and cranny of your body. And she said she just felt so down and started to cry and whatever.
Oh,
You know, that's why I'm saying to fully recover from that, I think it's one of the hardest things. There are consequences to doing that, you know.
true.
Oh man.
True. But I guess you have to soldier on and move on, because life moves on and life waits for nobody. So it's either you're gonna sit and wallow or you're gonna move on with your life, fix it, be a better person, and work on having a good name out there for yourself. I guess that's the best thing one can do for themselves.
But let's just try and advise this young generation, this AMA 2000.
Don't do it, guys. If a man wants to see you naked, let him come to your house. If you
Because
live with your parents, even better. That man will never get there. Don't send nudes, guys.
the internet
Don't.
doesn't forget your child will be scolded at school. Like, for example, when Mighty T's Nudes came out, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure the whole school was just gossip, gossip, gossip. How did she walk upright and proud? It takes extreme courage that I don't possess. And then sometime later, she has her own. Ah, no, some people can be confident.
No, but again, you'd have sent these things in confidence to someone, trusting them, and then they just happen to betray you. And that's when it then comes to the whole issue of know who to trust. Don't just trust everyone. Um, vet your people to see if this person's a good person or not. Also, if someone is going to
Why
have
not
such leverage
just don't?
on you,
Hmm?
if someone's going to have such leverage on you,
Hmm.
have some leverage on them as well. So that you can, if they post something, be tit for tat. Be tit for tat.
But sadly, I don't think it's tit for tat.
It's really
Because
not.
Stana and Olinda, they made a sex tape, but everyone just knows it as Pokelo's sex tape.
True.
Stana walks around with his head up high, held high. But for the ladies,
It's never a good picture. But you have to soldier on. Work on getting a clean name out for yourself and doing better for yourself. People will talk. One thing I always say, people will talk whether you're doing good or bad. So work on the good. Work on the good.
it's modern society. I can't believe what's going on. I can't believe it. Because some people, they date like 3-4 people a year. And then an average of 5 nudes. You have like 20 nudes just floating around the internet of you. No, you guys. I'm very liberal, but when it comes to that, I draw the line.
Don't do
No,
it.
no, it only ends badly, badly, badly.
It
All
really
right.
does.
I think we're out of time. If you have some closing remarks for just like up to half a minute.
As I did say, ladies, know who to trust, know who to confide in. If they don't look like a trustworthy person, don't do it. Love yourself. Again, you're loved at home very much. So don't put all your eggs in that man's basket because he's going to throw them out or break them. Love you all.
Yeah.
Love you all. Thank you for coming to our little podcast video today. Really nice. Hope to see you guys soon again.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell us your
Please.
stories. Tell us your stories. Anyways, cheers. Much love to all of you. Thank you.